White folks, what is the most messed up thing another white person said to you?
So sadly, I've got one for this. I was in 8th grade band marching with the high school, and in the high school band we had a girl, black girl, who was fantastic drummer. Everybody was friends with her, myself included, and she died in a car crash when a semi-truck driver fell asleep at the wheel and came over into her lane. Well, the first trumpet player in my 8th grade band leaned over and said to me when it was announced, "That's my uncle, and he should get an award. She was black. He was doing everyone a service." I just looked at him and said, "That's not cool, dude." I'm burning up with rage. I just let it go. And on an unrelated note, later that week, both his trumpet valves and slide was covered in chewing gum. Strange.
The most messed up thing another white person said to you because they thought you were racist.
A lady came into the store I work and she was like, "Hey, could I hang these flyers up in the front window?" And I was like, "Well, what are they?" And she was like, "Oh, I run a nanny service and a babysitting service, and I see all these white children being raised by black nannies, and I want these parents to know there's a better option out there." And I was like, "Oh, hell no. No, I'm sorry. We don't know. You cannot put those up here. I apologize. You need to leave now."
White folks, what is the most messed up thing another white person said to you because they...
I moved to Dallas and I work for a company that employed a lot of the lower income black community and Hispanics who were probably not legal. And so we had contractors that used to come in, white men contractors, and Obama was running for president, and it was very clear that he was winning. And the guy came in and he looked at me and he said, "So what do you think of an N becoming president?" And I'm not proud that I said this, but I looked at him and I said, "Well, since my daughter's part N, I guess I don't have a problem with it at all." And I stared at him and his jaw dropped and he got embarrassed and he turned around and he walked away. And he never spoke to me again, which didn't hurt my feelings. When you have white privilege, these are the things that you hear.
White folks, what is the most messed up thing another white person said to you?
Sit down and buckle in real tight, because this one's interesting, to say the least. So I'd been talking to this guy for like a week or so, and he never said anything that made me suspect that he was a bag of donkey shit, you know? But then one day, we were Snapchatting, and I was like, "Oh, how's your day going? Like, do you have any fun plans for the day?" And he says, "Oh yeah, I'm just having a little get-together, all the are coming over." Well, not actual, because we don't fuck with those, but the boys, you know what I mean? No, I can't say that I do know what you mean, actually. And then he just tried to continue the conversation, as if, like, nothing ever happened. I was so confused. And I was scared, like, I was shaking, and I don't really know why, because in my head I was like, well, why am I scared? I'm white, and obviously he feels comfortable enough to say this to me, thinking that I'm gonna agree. But even growing up in a really small, white, conservative, small town, I had never heard anyone be that mask off before. Yeah, I think it's safe to say I don't keep in contact with that one anymore.
White folks, what is the most messed up thing another white person said to you?
So my grandparents are Chinese, and I grew up in a town called Harrow, just north of London. And the joke at the time, back in the 80s, was, why are there so many Chinese people in Harrow? Because they get off a boat, jump in a taxi and go, "Harrow!" Grew up with that one. Oh, and then after I split up with my ex-husband, I went out with a fella for not long, a few weeks. And I was talking about possibly changing my name, not keeping my ex-husband's name, but I didn't really like my maiden name. The only family name that I might change it to was Chiong, which is my Chinese family name. And he said to me, "I'm not going out with some ching chong. Bye then, sweetheart. See you later. Go out with someone else then." Really?
White folks, what is the most messed up thing another white person...
I got you on this one. So we just left a town of less than 200 people. My mother, when we got there, she's all about hiring people, doesn't matter the skin color, who can't get conventional jobs. So we hired this lady, Miss K. I'll call her Miss K. I love Miss K. She's one of the sweetest purest souled human beings on this planet. Well, of course, being in tiny little hodunk, Incestville that we were, no black folks lived there. So I'm sitting in the hardware store one day. My mom's super sick. I'm going in there to try to get some stuff. And the gentleman in front of me, was saying, I can't believe they moved a hard R into this town, and whooped around and said, can you believe that? And I said, yeah, she works for my mom. She helps take care of her. She helps take care of my baby brother. Oh well.
White folks, what is the most messed up thing another white person said to you?
I'm not going to share who this person is because they're still in my life and it's kind of unavoidable. So, I was getting a tour of this person's house and there's a lot of art up on the walls. There was clearly, it was depictions of Native American people, but like clearly like made by white people. Depictions of Native American people, if you know what I mean. And they said to me, oh, the Native American people, I just feel for them so much. They were just so robbed. It's horrific what happened to them. A beat later, I'm not even kidding, the next sentence out of their mouth was, oh, but the Maoris here, they can just shut up. They're just greedy and snatching for land.
Messed up thing another white person said to you because they thought you were racist.
Sitting here getting the fat bitch on, and good lord and butter, I would love to answer this question, but I'm pretty sure I'd have every community guideline violation thrown at me there is. My father was an abusive, racist asshole. Oh, he was crazy too. Thank goodness my mother wasn't. Although she was a conservative Christian and a Republican, my mother was very well educated, and she always taught me you should vote for the person, not the party. The worst things I've had said to me have such foul language in them that I won't repeat them. Let's just say whatever you can imagine, it's 1,000 times worse. So white people, when these things are said to you and these assumptions are made about you, you have to have the courage to stand up and say no. Otherwise, your silence is complicity.
Growing up, I was always told the tattoo should have meanings. So stitch this and show me your most meaningless tattoo.
I like breakfast. A lot.
Brands or products are so heavily sponsored that you won't even try them. I'll go first.
Need I say more?